I see you crying. He must have did it again. Can't stop from lying. Hurt is so deep, it's a sin. No pacifying. This time she won't let him win. Her eyes are trying. The tables are starting to spin. Enough is enough.
Alright guys, so this hair is from a company called LuxWeave. And I think they do kind of the same thing that the AliExpress companies do when they like sell the hair. It kind of comes in a like a piece. They call each bundle is a piece. So this is a 4-piece, 28 inches of 613 blonde. And then they also sent me a frontal, which is not the frontal that I'm currently wearing. It's a different frontal, which was this frontal. And it's a Silkbase frontal, which here it goes ear to ear. So this would be just the Silkbase. I was under the impression that it was going to be Silkbase from here to here, but this part is just lace, and then this is the silk top part. The frontal itself is 24 inches, which is really long compared to my hair. This is as long as it is. Now, the reason why I did not use this frontal that they sent me versus the one that I have in is because this one did not come with black roots. It is Barbie blonde from the roots up. And I didn't want that Jessica Dime piece look. I wanted it to look a little bit natural in the front. And you guys know I don't have a really big forehead. So when you are not a person with a lot of forehead space, gluing or taping this down to your forehead makes your forehead look this small. So I didn't want that. So I opted to just use this one that I received from Closure Store. That, as you can see, it blends seamlessly and is the same exact blonde as this one. It just already had dark roots already in it, which means it was less work for me to do. However, I will use this frontal for something else. I'm thinking about doing like some really long wavy pink hair, and this actually would be great, and I could actually do probably just like a half an inch of actual dark roots and then let the rest be very wild and pink and big. So these definitely double for other stuff too. I always keep my frontals and my closures that I do not use if it's sent to me from the company. As far as my length goes, everything is 28 except for the closure, of course. I mean, except for the frontal, of course. But this is as long as it is here, and then this is as long as it is in the back. So it's actually just a little bit longer, of course, than my 24 inches, 28 inches. But it feels like a 30. Like, I didn't measure it to see if it was really 28. So I'm going to just assume what they're saying is the truth. But it definitely feels more like a 30 than it does a 28. So far, so good. I do like it. You guys know how frontals work. If you don't, I'm going to explain it. Plus, I'll explain it in my video about closures and stuff like that as well. But, so how a frontal works is this. This part is the whole entire front piece of my hair. So this would be from ear to ear, and then it would stop here in the back. So it would stop right here. So all of this, and then from here to here is my frontal. Then once you get to the back part of this, you start putting all your tracks back here. So all of my tracks are just in the back. None of them are in the front or on the sides. So it creates a lot less bulk when you put your weave in or you make your wigs, which that's one of the reasons why I really love frontals. They're much more versatile than closures. I love closures too. It just kind of depends on what I'm doing. So if I wanted to put, this is going to look crazy, but fine. If I wanted to put a bun at the top here, and I wanted to put like a bun right here and then leave the back down, I definitely could if I wanted to. But that's the look that I was going for because I actually want to do that look with some curly hair or some wavy hair. I don't really want to do it with straight hair. Now to my actual bundles, my bundles were, I will not lie. I had a bit of a gripe with the bundles when I was putting them in. You guys know how when you get to the end, well, I don't know how y'all sew y'all wigs and y'all weaves and stuff together. But usually when I get to the end, I usually loop and pull throughout the entire weft. And when I get to the ends, I put it through the weft and through the cap so it can secure and it won't fall apart. I noticed a lot of fraying at the end of the actual weft. As I was putting it through, I noticed that it was kind of like the stitching was kind of coming apart, which then leads to a lot of shedding when you do put your when you start to brush and wear. Now, I did not seal my wefts, but here's a strand. Let's see what happens when I just do this. See, like here's a strand. See, and then this is going to continue to happen unless I take this apart and I put some sealant on my wefts, which is a lot. And sealant again is another extra step on top of making a wig that you don't want to have to do, because it then turns up to being a lot of work, and then it kind of gets a bit expensive. Now, you guys know I did find my color, which is the 613 color, which tends to make me look much darker on camera because my hair is so light. But I did do a review for a wig that was this color in the same tone recently, which was kind of like my Moschino Barbie look. And that was this wig. So I think this wig is the same length as this. No, I think this is like 30. But it's the same premise and everything, except this is just a full wig. This is it's not, you know, any tracks in it. And it's really full, but if I wanted to, I could take some wefts out of this wig and then put it in this to make it super full if that's what I was going for. But yeah, I mean, this color works very well for my skin tone, so that's why I'm pretty much sticking to that with the darker roots. But I do like how these roots are opposed to these. These are a little bit longer. These are just literally like right here, which I do like more so than the longer ones, but it doesn't bother me much for this. But this is a nice laid back look. Because I do have so many wigs in this, or wigs or weave in this particular 613 color, I'm getting kind of bored with it. So I do think I'm going to color this hair pink, just because I want something different, or aqua or something of that nature. Because I'm getting kind of bored with just the regular 613. I love the color, don't get me wrong. But how many wigs can I have in this shade, you know? Especially if it's not a middle part, which I've done before, or a side part, which I've done before with a wig, not a weave. You get it? It's a bit of a difference. So it just really depends on how I'm feeling. And since I already have something very similar, I'm definitely going to color this maybe a red. Well, I already had a red hair, so I don't really want to go K Michelle Kool-Aid red again. But I don't know. I gotta find something. Maybe blue. Maybe like a light tealish blue. I like when Keisha Cole hair was blue. It was really pretty until she curled it. So again, I have in 420. The picture that they sent me had 5 bundles of 28-inch. And I started putting my hair in, and then I realized either I misplaced the bundle that I looked for 2 days, or they only sent me 4. So I only have in 4. And then my frontal is 24. Well, actually, it's 16 inches. Or, no, it's 20. This one is 20. The one they sent me was 24 inches. But that, of course, had no dark roots. And then the one that they sent me, the frontal that they sent me was a 13x4 frontal. And then it was a 4x4 silk top. So pretty much is all of this. And then in the middle of it, it was just a silk top part. And on that one, my lace color was transparent. So it wasn't brown, and that's, I mean, clearly you don't want a brown cap up and then have light hair, because then it just starts to look a little crazy. So you have to get transparent lace. But transparent lace starts to look very Barbie dollish when you put it in if you don't have any color on it. If it just stays this normal color with no dark roots. So like this particular one has brown because this part is brown. So yeah, it's if you don't get it, I understand. But I will say whoever colored this hair did a really good job. All of the 613s that I've had have been pretty soft, but this felt like some really nice straight out the owner's head virgin hair that had not been tampered with. So whoever their colorists are over there, they should definitely keep them, because they did a wonderful job with keeping this really silky and really soft. Because when you get blonde hair, sometimes it be real crunchy, like extremely crunchy, and it's not attractive and it's not cute. And then when you try to curl it or put anything to it, And I'm gonna curl this before I color it, because I ain't never had no curly blonde hair. My blonde hair has always been straight. So I'm gonna curl this, maybe like a deep side part and some waves, and then see how I really like it. And then I'll put a color on it. They're running a sale right now where all 4 of these bundles plus the frontal is $2.99. So if I was y'all and you was looking for some really long stripper mermaid hair to color, I would take full advantage of this, because that's kind of unheard of. Usually for $2.99, you're gonna get 2 bundles, and that does not include a frontal. So yeah, if I was y'all, I would definitely take advantage of it. Make sure you guys check the links below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions, make sure you put them below. And I will come back with a curled hair video. It's not gonna be really curled. It's probably gonna be like wavy, maybe. But I'll come back and let y'all know before I actually put some color on it. But it's probably gonna be like a very mosquito pink